There are those who said it couldn't be done. 30-year-old boomer just wants one Tetris 99 win. Where did we end up? 50 wins. Gotta do a quick little, you just gotta resync the camera from time to time. That's my bad. Anyway, I'm going for your second win in a row here. It's always nice to end on a positive note. 2 wins in 2 videos is very nice. And I think we deserve that one, dude. We were in the rare air a little bit. We used strategy in the top 10. We saw, like, if there's one thing, especially over the past couple of weeks, we've been honing, it's our killer instinct. A split-second peering at whoever you're attacking to see how they're in it, how they're handling the situation makes all the difference, You see that they're like, oh, I can't hold all the square blocks. You just go, yeah. If they're doing okay, you go, okay, you know what? Load up the trebuchets. We're going to need the siege has begun. That's fine. It's not good, but it's fine. So what are we looking for here? Store that, use along. That's what we're looking for here. Okay, this is a very cursed set already. One of those. Okay, now it's no longer cursed at all. Now it's actually just nice. We're looking for a bluebie. We got a bluebie. What are we looking for next? Nothing in particular, really. What are we looking for now? Always an important question to ask. Now we're looking for longs. We're gonna get one. I love it when a plan comes together. I mean, how can you watch Tetris 99 and not love that situation right there? That's what happens. You might, by the way, you might think it's a scum strategy. Oh, well, it's not fair how he gets so much damage multiplier. Okay, I mean, I understand your complaint. I genuinely, really, actually do. At the same time, it's very easy to counter this strategy that we're putting out right here. Just switch off of KOs. It's not like it's an unbeatable strategy. All you gotta do is take the slightest bit of actual, Tetris 99 understanding, change attackers, or change who you're attacking, I should say, and you'll get out. You'll be fine. So don't tell me is not fair. That's it. Your complaint falls on deaf ears, sir. Your complaint falls on deaf ears. As far as I'm concerned, it's feeding time. Okay, we screwed this up a little bit. I think what you gotta do, you gotta send a little. Honestly, you might not love that send. I kinda like it. Send here is fine, send here. Everywhere a send. Not really a big deal. Everything's okay. And again, kind of in the same boat. Let's not get too cocky, okay? I was gonna say something a little cocky. Let's not say something too cocky until we get ourselves maybe out of this initial sort of terror situation we got going on. Shouldn't be talking too much smack, I think, until we actually, see the bottom of the well here. So, I always own up when I think that it's my own mistake. That time, I swear to you, in my heart of hearts, I pressed the button on the controller, and I could be wrong. Maybe I thought I pressed it, but I didn't put enough pressure on it or something like that, but felt like I pressed that one. But that's okay, we got out of it. Now we could, if we wanted to, go for just like raw... Nope, never mind. I was gonna say raw, many lines strat. That was another mistake, by the way, that we're not being punished for, which is unbelievably gracious of the game, to be honest with you. Okay. Okay, we stopped sending lines. All right. Now, take a moment and just, first off, say thank you, because we basically got insanely lucky. Not only were we not penalized for misplays, I think you could make the argument we were a little rewarded. So, I mean, you just gotta You just gotta say thank you for that one. There's nothing else needs to be said. I'm just banging on my old piano, getting in tune with the straight and narrow. Who sang that? That's right, it was me, mere seconds ago. Guess you weren't paying attention. You got that one wrong. Sometimes you look at the pieces and you recognize, hey, we got some bad ones. That's okay. Put me on randoms briefly. Get me out of here. I used to think, even, you know, recently, I used to think if you ever went on randoms, it was a sign of, by the way, I believe in that move. It was a sign of disrespect. I no longer believe this. Now I understand. Sometimes, you gotta break aggression. That was bad. We could have placed that somewhere else and gotten out of there, but we got ourselves in a bad spot. I think it was an okay game. Not great, you know, building a streak. If there's any problems we've been having lately, building the streak has not happened. But we getting, the win rate is just lose, 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 lose. That's good. That's really good. All we need is the perfect storm, you know? Winning once in a time frame is not hard at this point. Winning multiple times, still a bit of a crapshoot. But as we get better, it will come to pass. That's why it's a goal, you know? So what's my next goal? Honestly, like, I mean, there's some simple, there's some simple ones. Not dying immediately in this game due to our own idiocy is high on the list. I'm getting way too attached to some of these pieces. Hold up. Hold up. Excuse me, my sons. You okay? You're sleeping. Why are you making so much noise? Honestly, this is a situation we've created for ourselves, and I'm not afraid to own up to that. Basically, whoever is attacking us is probably mad at us, and they should be. They're like, why are you sending me baby garbage? And I'm like, sorry, dude. It's honestly like 100% my bad. I'm sending you baby garbage because I got myself into I couldn't handle my own business. And now that reflects poorly on you. Okay, we have many attackers. So this is where, despite playing like absolute garbage so far, we have a great opportunity to send many lines, and by sending many lines, potentially get ourselves not only out of the jam, but perhaps even, dare I suggest, some KOs. Not a problem. Believe it or not, okay, never mind. This, what I was gonna say is, believe it or not, we're looking for a square block, but as is typical, that changed very quickly. The situation, it develops rapidly. We've only got one attacker right now. I think it's you just gotta... Ooh, you just gotta not do that. It's okay. It's okay. Do we have another square block coming up at any point? Yes, we do. Send it. And then, you know, just use your old dome piece here. One of these. Skirt. You gotta be creative. If you're not gonna play perfectly, you gotta let the creative juices flow. I see no long pieces coming in the very near future. So we gotta set up something like this. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'll live with that. You know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's totally fine. People, they talk about 2 steps forward, 1 step back as if it's a bad thing. And you know, the idiom is probably usually used to denote backwards policy. But sometimes you don't have a choice. It's either 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or, you know, get yeeted permanently. So I'll let you choose which one you prefer to see in that situation. But I know for myself, which one I'm enjoying seeing so far. You know what I'm doing here. You saw it. It happened so quickly in the blink of an eye. You might have missed it. But we went from a situation where we were being attacked and life was looking pretty grim to a situation where all of a sudden we're in the driver's seat. I don't see any red, but I also see some badges. And to be honest, if I'm seeing badges, I'm continuing to send. Because continuing to send in this situation for me means that we stand a chance to take those badges. And I've got to be honest, I'm looking at the badge lord and I'm going, you know, your tower, it does not impress me right now. See that another person's about to get yeeted, probably. I think we just got the badge lord. Now I've realized that he's not actually a badge lord, he just had like a badge. So I feel bad for perhaps vilifying him in the way that I did. But, them's the breaks, kid. I love it. I got no complaints about this yet. Things, again, Tetris is it's a fast-moving game. Things change quickly, life comes at you fast. You might say you don't regret something. You know, by the time the words leave your lips, you got a full setup of garbage coming your way. But that was a really, really bad move. I definitely screwed up the garbage hole philosophy on that one. Ooh, this is, we do have a long piece coming. You gotta own that. I'll own up to this, by the way. We just got insanely lucky there. I didn't have a bead on every piece I wanted to place. I would describe that as a lot about living and a little about luck. Alan Jackson. Think about it. So we're 75% up. Definitely that's, you know, there's win potentiality there. I think we gotta go back to KOs. We got no real heat coming. I do see there is a superior badge lord. I have thought about the idea of, you know, approaching this position from the standpoint of maybe we do want to attack a badge lord. You know, maybe we want to be a little bit more aggressive in our positioning in the final, you know, I mean, we're basically in the final setup here. But I don't know. Feels like the wrong time to break from that strat. By the way, radio silence. We've been real bad about actually doing the radio silence this year. Don't like it. If you don't like it, you just send it. Give yourself the opportunity in the future to get out of it. You know what I mean? A couple of people have gone. Please tell me I switched in time. It could make so much difference. Have to do what you gotta do. Very, extremely good bail. This is not an easy one. Lots of people want this one. I want it too. Okay, we're going attackers. I regret a lot of this. Not yet. Oh! That's okay. Honestly, those guys, they were way ahead of us. They were both having a pretty good time, and I was feeling the heat. That's okay. I wanted that one. There was... You don't get a perfect bead for how many, you know, skilled Tetris players are in a game. In that one, I definitely felt like that was a harder loss than either of our two wins. Than either of our two gray shirt wins. Well, that really makes the fit look better. You gotta give it a little stretch. You gotta give it one of these. Now it looks like I'm wearing a onesie. A gray onesie. Okay. Still, a lot to like about that game. We haven't given ourselves up to a yeeting in a while. Which is, I mean, you don't need me to tell you, I'm sure. It's a real big positive. Basically, never do what I'm doing here. But it just goes to show you, you know, you place one bad piece. I'm definitely guilty of this. You place one bad piece, all of a sudden, you know, don't see, that's not what you do there. That's not what you do there. What you do is not that. You don't want to see rings. Anytime you see rings in your setup, you've screwed up. Yeah, we've invited evil into our lives. We only have one attacker. Honestly, I'm gonna be the bigger man. What did that mean in that bizarre context? Basically, I deserve to get hit. Rather than send his garbage back to him right away, I decided, you know what, we're gonna own up to it, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna try to get our attacker strat going. And we got it going. It took me a second to realize it there, but we should definitely just be sending as many lines as possible here. Very suboptimal situation I've created for myself, but okay, we've almost gotten ourselves out of a jam. You'd love to be sending garbage with those pieces, and we did not accomplish that feat. But this is where you hope to get yourself out of that jam, perhaps, just a little bit. I mean, everything's fine. It's just we could be playing modestly better, minimum right now. That was meant to be rotated one more time, which would have left us in a much more acceptable position. But again, you know, when you're sending like raw lines, at least at the default Tetris 99 level, obviously I can't speak for Invictus. When you're just sending a lot of lines and you're not really in the rare air, I don't think it matters that much. It doesn't matter as much if you put a piece in the wrong slot, you know? You'd still prefer not to do it. I'll take it, but I think we're going back to KOs. You know what? Let's be the smart guy. Let's be Taj Mowry here. Take ourselves down. And try not to slow down as much, okay? I know, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, to constantly be playing at speed, trying to have a conversation simultaneously. Some of the nicest things people say about me. NL may not be the greatest Tetris 99 player of all time, but his ability to carry... It won't go. I've done it to myself. Yeah, that's just disgusting. I really... When I placed the piece... It was not an intentional... I mean, I placed it in an intentional spot. But I thought to myself, you got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about. All you gotta do is get it over and on the left. But yeah, we screwed it up. Anyway, my ability to play Tetris and talk simultaneously, yes, has been touched upon many a time. It's an otherworldly tactic I don't have any explanation for. But I tell you, it's been 19 minutes, and it's been 19 minutes of me not feeling good. Well, I mean, I feel great, to be honest with you. But on a Tetris level, I feel unfulfilled. I want to get at least... I mean, we had a spicy loss, but that easily could have been a win. But let's not live our life thinking about what could have been. Let's make what could have been what did. You know what I mean? If you want to know how to be a good conversationalist while playing Tetris, there's a couple of things that spring to mind. Abusing the phrase, know what I mean, helps out a lot. It leaves it so that the other person, in this case the listener, does a lot of the conversational lifting themselves. It's delicate. When you get into a spot like this, I think you risk it. Yeah, there you go. You just gotta pick exactly the right moment to strike, you know? If you strike too early, you don't get enough attackers. If you strike too late, even if, oh, that's fine. If you strike too late, even if you don't get killed, you're definitely leaving yourself in a spot where you can't focus on the speed of sending because you're just trying to stay alive. What you want to do is, you know, get the attackers on your side and then pretty much immediately, you know, spring into action. So we should probably have sent more lines, but, you know, I'm not too concerned about this. We can just rebuild. Oh, no. Okay, I mean, if we still got attackers, I'll just send some lines. It doesn't bother me to send lines. I don't know who's been spreading the vicious rumor that I don't like to send lines. I have no problem sending lines. That doesn't bother me. We're only at like 5 attackers though. This is like the most hubris-rich thing I've ever said, but like 5 attackers. It depends on the skill of the attackers. Don't get me wrong, but I would also welcome more, to be honest. What is wrong with me? You gotta do it. Like I said, I'm extremely good, and I make a lot of perfect games. I mean, games played that, in my opinion, have no mistakes whatsoever, and this is just an example of that right here. Still got attackers. Nobody wants to get yeeted. I can't blame them. Who would want to get yeeted? You know? Of course, I've said literally the exact opposite on many occasions. One thing I've said many a time in Tetris 99 is many people do want to be yeeted. They just don't know it yet. Or at least they want to be yeeted more than they want to fight for the win. I mean, I've been there in PUBG. Sometimes, you know, in PUBG, you're just like, you get in a fight with somebody, you're like, nah, I wish you would just kill me already. So I could start a new one. 2 attackers is not, you know, I don't get out of bed with 2 attackers. In the world of Tetris, though, that sort of thing isn't my bag, baby. Okay? Some heat right off the bat. He's about to go, so I'm going to send him. Let's make him prove that he wants to stick around. I mean, he's in the rarest of air. He's not in rare air. That guy's, yeah, he's done. He got yeeted into the stratosphere by another player. That's fine. It happens. You know, there's been a lot of positives of the session so far. One of the big ones is that, you know, I think we've done a much better job of getting wins out of situations that perhaps previously I wouldn't say looked to be impossible to win from, but rather it might not have been a super easy win, you know. We had to fight back, you know, in the top 10 with a lot of KOs against us that we had to work towards. So I'm feeling pretty good. You know what's been, you know, the spirit of my Tetris 99 renaissance to some extent? Is the acknowledgement that, to be honest with you, the game is called Tetris, but it ain't all about Tetrises. It's all about lines. I didn't realize this in advance, and previously had been under the assumption the game was, if you're not sending Tetrises, there's no point. That's not a good attitude, honestly. A much better attitude. Okay, we are literally at peak garbage, so I bailed. I mean, we're lucky there is a peak, so you don't get yeeted instantaneously, but simultaneously, I'm like, dude, what the? Somebody came through hot on that one. And here they come again. I don't know. That was a bit of a weak send. Maybe they're not feeling the heat too much yet. Okay, we're gonna go back to randoms. Rest assured. This is a spiced situation here. I feel like I'm being attacked by, like, inverse badges. People are like, hey, find me the person with the least amount of badges and send them. You know what that is? Least amount of badges is KOs. just in waiting. Because if you don't get some freaking KOs in this game, Cancel Christmas, brother. And that's the way it's looking right now. At some point, we gotta take our shot, and it has worked for us in the past. I know we covered the garbage hole. I'm okay with it. It has worked for us in the past, but let's be honest. It worked for us in the past one time. You gotta bail. There you go. You got out. Fight. This is your fight moment. This is Cage Beast. If you want to get me, you're gonna have to work for it. And okay, we gotta go back there. We chose not to get yeeted there, but we are admittedly like this is. No, that shouldn't have gone there. Now we gotta do this. It's just extremely okay. Well, you know, how's that for a horror show? I gotta give you at least one more on this one. Let me just tell you straight up. Like, I felt like there was very little we could do with the way that things shook out there. We fought okay, but we didn't get any badges. And it is what it is, you know? Sometimes it happens. So if you're going to accept that you get kills you don't deserve in some situations, you probably should accept that you're going to not get kills you might deserve based on your performance. And that's the beauty of a battle royale, you know, is that the best player usually wins. And I think in Tetris that's even more true than in a lot of battle royales. But there is always some degree of variance, you know? There's always like... you know, you might send lines at exactly the right time and get a bunch of kills that otherwise, you know, if you'd chosen to send them a little later, wouldn't have existed for you. Okay, so we've obviously screwed it up a little bit, but it's okay. All you gotta do when you screw it up is screw it back in, like so. I gotta tell you, 1000%, that was the exact perfect series of pieces for us in order to begin our great sending adventure. And we do just want to send as many lines as possible, so I think you get away with that one. And this is like really what I was saying last time. I didn't get a chance to really finish my train of thought. When I said like it's not about sending Tetrises, it's all about sending lines, this is kind of what I was getting. This is what I was trying to get across, you know? If you just go for, and it worked for us, you know, we got wins with the strategy of like, hey, let's just build as many Tetrises as possible. But this newfound strategy, which I stole from somebody in my Twitch chat, is actually, I would call it demonstrably better. When it comes to getting KOs, I mean, you're seeing it for yourself, obviously, but like even, like beyond the fact that it's immediately working. If you live your whole life exclusively being concerned about sending the Tetrises, I think you're holding yourself back just slightly. So I would not recommend that one. I do think that this new strat, I think it's just honestly, and I use the term all the time, sometimes not for what it's actually like. It defies its literal meaning, but I think it's strictly better. The Tetrises give it, the Tetrises take it away. The lines are always there for you. Oh, I'm giving you a little bounce right now. Get a little bounce in the seat. Well, that's how you feel, you know, when you're 4 KOs up this early on. Nothing to be sad about. Very disappointed. We only had 1 KO there. Oh, sorry, 1 attacker. Now we have more attackers. And anytime, it's just a very simple algorithm. Build high, get attackers, take yourself back down to the bottom, apply sustained pressure until the attackers decide it ain't worth it anymore, bro. Game's not fun, it's broken, etc., etc. And then basically rinse and repeat that bad boy as long as it's possible. And okay, we screwed up. We should have absolutely sent more lines. I mean, we only have 1 attacker. We should have been more aggressive when we had the attacker. Or when we had the attackers. Okay. Are we pivoting? Yes. This is very ballsy. I don't see any more. Well, I see one more red. There we go. Okay. I was just trying to maximize the amount of possible attackers we had on us. I think the dude we had bailed like immediately, and I can't say that I blame him, but I do see the person I'm attacking right now. They're existing in a badge-rich, or at least a badge-existing environment. It's up to us at this point to just ruin their life. Okay, that did not send garbage. Oh, that one sent garbage, though. You know what would really benefit me in this game is actually looking up the rules of Tetris 99 garbage sending, so I knew when sends were useless. Not my best skill right now. We go back to KOs. You know, I used to think it was a fool's gamble to care at all about, or to care this much at least, about the who you're attacking. You know, just attack forehead. I definitely disagree with that 1000%. Wow. Okay, put me on randoms. Not attackers yet. Okay, attackers. Honestly, I wasn't gonna. Then I saw a vein, and we're mid vein right now. Does cover the garbage from do it like that. You know what? Just send it. Yeah, come on. I just need a long piece. Every bone in my body saying bail. I just wanted to get one more send first. Okay, little brain fart, honestly. We shouldn't have found ourselves in that spot. Okay, I know we've got many attackers right now. We have to fight them. That was not meant to go there. That was not meant to go there. That one was, believe it or not. You saw the head bob. You know I was excited about that one. Well, where'd my attackers go? Thought I had a bunch of big-time attackers. Thought we were having a fun time playing an attack-rich game of Tetris 99. Come to realize, I was being attacked by a bunch of cowards. Didn't realize that when push came to shove, they weren't actually all that. Very spiced selection. There was real fear in my eyes. No! You know, I'm looking at the other players, and I'm like, we probably would have lost anyway. But that hurts, because we had one bad play in there, lost all our momentum. But for now, thanks for watching. Still a great episode. Still a great recording session today. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.